So, Clash Discs makes an announcement, I think late last week, that they're going to have a big announcement this Monday. Everyone assumes this is going to be a big player announcement. They say that this is going to be their biggest announcement yet, ever. And so people are speculating. I even saw people talking about Eagle McMahon going to Clash. Greg Barthy made a comment that he thought that he should go to Clash and become a partner with them. I saw all kinds of things, and that's not what happened. The Clash announced that they're not a new player, but a new line of discs. So they have announced a new line that's called the Tone Plastic. And the Tone Plastic is going to have, so just as maybe a refresher, or if you didn't know this, discs are often molded from the top and the bottom and then put together. And so that's where you find out things about like parting lines and things like that. And that's where we get the variants from on flights on the same disc. In this case, Clash is they're doing two different plastics on the top and the bottom. The top is going to have a little more grip, and the bottom is going to provide more stability. And so we're going to see, this is the first disc that's ever done, the first company that's ever done anything like this with a disc. And Thomas, I just first thoughts on how you feel about this new Tone Plastic. Have you seen much about it?
I've been on social media a little bit. I mean, I think you and I have both been relatively busy. It's been snowing out here. We've been trying to figure out what to do with ourselves as we're home. But, in the midst of work, I saw some of it on social media, and it really reminded me a lot of kind of like a different take on an overmold. Whereas in this case, like you mentioned, discs are made from two sides, and so the top side will be molded with one plastic, the bottom with another. My first reaction, though, was a little bit of worry. I think you have more hands-on experience with this, but their double steady plastic that they released, I think we all knew that it was at least moderately a gimmick, something fun to try out. Clash has really been trying to push out different types of plastic, and I think they've done a good job as a company overall, kind of just trying out new things. But that one didn't go super well from some of the media reaction, people throwing the disc and realizing that it could come apart a little bit. You saw the one that had a rim that was a lot more rigid, a lot of triangles all the way around, kind of, even though it was all together, there were a lot of jagged points that after they were bent and hit trees a bit would start to kind of come off a little bit. I don't think that's going to be the case here. I think you got a more solid contact point where maybe the plastics melt together underneath a little bit. But worry is definitely my first reaction. I don't know how you feel about it.
Yeah, I think I feel a little bit different. My worry, and we can talk about this a little bit more later, is that this announcement was not a player. But I think Clash had a good response to me on that one. We had an interaction on the social media with them, and they said that they are very confident in this innovation, that this innovation is going to be more important than any player could be, is what they said. And so I think that this really is like a vast improvement from the double steady plastic. This feels more like innovation, them trying something new. And from what I'm hearing, the pros are pretty stoked about this. Actually got a comment from Scott Withers, who is on Team Clash.
Yeah.
And I'll just read his quote here. And he says, "Clash keeps pushing the limits at this time. At this time, they have released the new Tone run of salts. The salts being an overstable destroyer type disc. The idea to these discs is great, with the rim being pretty stiff to promote a consistent flight and release, but the flight plate being softer for maximum grip. Speaking about him and his family, live in the Northwest. Most of the year it is cold, and I really appreciate the added grip that I can get on this run of salts. I think the way they are molding these is really going to push the game forward, as they're starting to incorporate the technology of molding plastics into disc design in the way that it hasn't been done before. I'm really excited about getting more molds in the Tone Plastic. I think it's going to be a big game changer for me. And Scott Withers has been around the block. He's been playing for a long time. a lot of his game was on the West Coast when he first started, but now as he's starting to tour, he is a veteran of the game. And for him to me making a comment like this, saying that this innovation is game changing for him, that comes with some gravity. So I understand some of the nerves that might come from an announcement like this, where this is brand new. Literally no one has ever done this. But to have the backing of your players, particularly a guy like Scott Withers, I think this is a step in the right direction.
Yeah, no, I appreciate your comments right there. Honestly, you are more between us two, the OG Clash thrower, and so I trust your opinion on that one. And if you're watching, I would take Trey's opinion very heavily. Like I would follow through when these are available to purchase. Are they available to purchase right now, Trey?
No, I don't think so. I think they said that they would be able to purchase them relatively soon. And so I am a salt thrower through and through. I have 3 in my bag right now. Love that disc. It is my go-to distance driver. And so I will definitely be picking up one of these and hopefully adding some distance to my game.
Definitely. Now, if you like Clash discs and you specifically want to see us throw it before you're able to get your hands on it, leave us a comment on this video. I know Trey would love to buy one and give you a little review of that disc. Am I right, Trey?
Oh, absolutely. And really quick, just because we mentioned Niklas Antilab earlier in this commentary, we all kind of thought that they were going to announce that they were signing the top Finnish player here. That is what many, many people thought was happening on Monday. So Thomas, do they still have a chance of signing Niklas, or are we thinking that he's going to land somewhere else?
You know, I'm a little back and forth now. I was pretty like 95% sure that was the case. At least some type of infinite thought space potentially Clash alongside, in an EO and a JP type style. I think it's still likely to happen, and I bet that this is them trying to push some eyes their way to then finally drop the hammer on maybe Niklas doing like a test flight video of this, reviewing the disc. So we'll find out, but I'm thinking it's still a heavy possibility.
Yeah, I think so. I think we still have to potentially look at Discraft, who it seems like they have not fully announced their team. They've made some great signings in this offseason, signing Hannah Wynn and Chris Clemens being 2 of their main signings. They still have room to make a big signing, as well as Innova, which it would be really interesting if he wound up at Innova. But it does really seem like this infinite thought space Clash route seems to suit where Niklas kind of fits. To have the top Finnish player throwing the Finnish plastic, I mean, it can't get better than that.
Yeah, so I would agree. It's the perfect combination.
Yeah, I'm still hopeful that Niklas signs with Clash and secures the bag with them and gets to throw a mixed bag with Infinite. That would be, I think, huge for his game and huge for his market.
I agree completely. Any other thoughts before we call it?
No, but if you like this type of content, these shorter videos, let us know in the comments. Leave us a like. Please subscribe. We just hit 100 subscribers, so shout out to the 100 subscribers that we have. We're going to be doing a giveaway soon. So if you don't follow us on Instagram, please go do so. We will be running the giveaway there. We're going to be giving away a pretty sweet disc. And so just keep checking out our Instagram and then follow us on TikTok. They're all Forge Sports Media, so easy to find. But we really appreciate you guys listening. Thomas, anything else?
No, I think that's all good. I appreciate y'all for watching.
Thanks, guys.